You stand in the living room and call your cat's name. They are lying right there on the sofa. Their ears twitch slightly, the tip of their tail gives a tiny flick, but they don't even bother to turn their head to look at you. You probably sigh and think, classic cat. They just don't understand me, or assume they simply have selective hearing. But what if you are completely wrong? What if they aren't ignoring you out of ignorance at all? Recent feline behavioral science proves that your cat's brain is actively decoding the exact syllables you are speaking. They aren't deaf to your voice, they are just processing and responding to it completely differently than a dog would. Your cat isn't just hearing meaningless background noise. There are specific words and sounds their minds are perfectly wired to recognize. Once you realize what they are actually translating, your entire relationship will shift. And wait until you hear the sixth word on this list, because it is a secret piece of language that only exists between you and your cat. Many cat owners share this exact isolating frustration. You speak to your feline friend, pouring your heart out, and get nothing but a blank stare or a turned back in return, because humans are so used to the eager, immediate reactions of dogs. It is incredibly easy to misinterpret a cat's subtle quietness as complete ignorance, stubbornness, or a lack of affection. We assume they just don't get it, but feline behaviorists and recent scientific studies tell a completely different story. Cats don't communicate loudly. They communicate efficiently, and their cognitive abilities are much sharper than we give them credit for. In this video, we are going to break down exactly 6 specific words and sounds that behavioral research and everyday observation prove your cat truly understands. By learning what they are actually picking up on, you will stop feeling like you are talking to a wall. Instead, you will see exactly how your cat processes your voice. Let's dive into the very first word your cat is definitely listening for. The first word, their own name. Let's start with the most obvious one, which is also the one that causes the most confusion. Your cat's name when you call them, and they just sit there, staring blankly or merely twitching an ear. It is so easy to assume they simply don't know who you are talking to, but they do. A fascinating 2019 study conducted by cognitive behaviorist Atsuko Saito tested this exact scenario. Researchers played recordings of owners saying their cat's name interspersed with similar-sounding nouns and other cats' names. The results were undeniable. The cats consistently showed physical reactions, like ear movement, head turning, or pupil dilation specifically to their own names. So what does it actually mean when they ignore you? It means they are exercising their autonomy. Your cat hears you, processes that you are calling them, and is simply calculating the cost-benefit of getting up. Unlike dogs, who were bred to respond to human commands, cats evolved as solitary hunters who conserve energy. The advice here is crucial. Never use your cat's name when you are angry or punishing them. If they associate their name with a negative outcome, they will actively choose to ignore it. Always pair their name with gentle pets or treats, making it a word that brings them comfort. But what happens when you use a word they don't like? The second word, no, and your warning tone moving on to the second word, the universal command. No, you have probably experienced this. Your cat is reaching their paws up to scratch your expensive sofa. You sharply say, no. They pause, look right into your eyes for a split second, and then go right back to scratching. It feels like pure defiance. Here is why you are misinterpreting this. Your cat does not understand the grammatical concept or the moral weight of the word no. However, feline behavioral researchers note that cats are masters at reading pitch and volume. They completely understand your sudden, sharp tone and the shift in your body language. They know you are agitated. The true meaning behind their reaction is that their natural instinct, in this case, marking their territory by scratching, is simply overpowering their concern for your temporary annoyance. They aren't trying to insult you, their biological needs are just speaking louder than your voice. To fix this, stop yelling no, because it only raises their stress levels and can damage their trust in you. Instead, use redirection. Place a scratching post right next to that sofa and gently move them to it over time. They will understand the boundary without the need for harsh tones. And speaking of habits built over time, let's look at the most powerful motivator of all. The third word, food or dinner. The third word your cat undeniably understands is whatever word you use for mealtime. It could be food, dinner, treat, or even the sound of a can opening. You could be whispering this word from 3 rooms away, and suddenly, a cat that was fast asleep is weaving through your legs, meowing loudly. You might think they just have incredible hearing, but this is actually a perfect example of classical conditioning. When a specific sound is repeatedly paired with a highly rewarding experience, your cat's brain creates a permanent neurological bridge. Hearing the word food literally triggers a release of dopamine in their brain before they even take a bite. This means your cat relies heavily on predictable patterns to feel safe and happy in your home. The best way you can respond is to use this word consistently and never use it to trick them. If you say treat, just to get them to come inside, or to put them in a carrier, without actually giving them a treat, you will quickly break that neurological bridge, and they will stop trusting your calls. If this is helping you understand your cat better, take a second to like this video and subscribe, and stay until the final sign, because it is a secret piece of language that owners completely overlook, even though it proves just how much your cat loves you. Now, let's look at how your cat understands the way you show affection. The fourth word, good boy/girl, your words of praise. The fourth type of language your cat understands involves your words of praise. Think about what happens when you kneel down and softly say, "Who is a good boy?" or "You are so pretty." Your cat might start purring, slowly blinking at you, or eagerly leaning their forehead against your hand. They don't know the dictionary definition of good or pretty, but behavioral experts have observed that cats respond incredibly well to what is called cat-directed speech, which is essentially the high-pitched, soft, and melodic tone humans use with babies and pets. The profound meaning here is that your cat reads the energy and the emotion behind your voice rather than the syllables themselves. That soft tone signals to their nervous system that they are safe and that you are an ally, not a threat. The advice for you is simple but powerful. Talk to your cat often. Even if you are just telling them about your day at work, use that gentle, affectionate tone. It deeply reinforces their sense of security and strengthens your bond. But their understanding goes beyond just you and them. It extends to the rest of the house too. The fifth word, names of other family members or pets. This fifth point is one of the most surprising discoveries in recent feline science. Have you ever asked your cat, "Where is Daddy?" or "Where is the dog?" and noticed them immediately look toward the door or scan the room? For a long time, we assumed cats didn't care enough to learn about others. But a groundbreaking 2022 study by Saho Takagi revealed that cats living in multi-person or multi-pet households actively learn the names of their human family members and fellow pets. They observe who you are talking to and map out the social structure of their environment. This means your cat is a silent, highly intelligent observer of your entire household. They are paying attention to the social dynamics far more than they let on. You can use this to your advantage. Talk to your cat about the other people or animals in the home. It stimulates their mind and keeps them engaged in the family unit, proving they are not the aloof loners people claim them to be. But all of this leads to the most important and most emotional word on this list. The sixth word, your unique micro-language, the final, and most profound word your cat understands, isn't actually a real word at all. It is the secret micro language that exists only between you and them. It might be a specific clicking noise you make, a bizarre, nonsensical nickname you created, or a little chirp you do when you walk into the room. When they hear it, they instantly perk up, trill back, or run to greet you. Science explains this beautifully. Cats do not naturally meow at each other in the wild. Adult cats developed vocalizations almost exclusively to communicate with humans. Therefore, your cat isn't learning a universal human language. They are actively studying you over months and years. The two of you have negotiated a completely unique dictionary of sounds and reactions. The true meaning behind this is pure, undeniable love and adaptation. Your cat has molded their understanding of the world to fit around your specific habits. Our advice? Cherish these weird little sounds and inside jokes you share with your cat. Never feel silly for having a strange, made-up language with them, because to your cat, that language is the ultimate proof that they belong to you and you belong to them. The next time your cat ignores their name, pauses at your warning tone, or comes running at the sound of dinner, remember they understand you perfectly. From recognizing the names of your family members to memorizing the unique micro-language you both share, your cat is always listening. Understanding these subtle signs isn't just about reading behavior, it is about deeply respecting the quiet, beautiful way they communicate. They don't need to speak human language because they have built a unique dictionary entirely around love and trust. What is the one word your cat always reacts to the fastest? Tell us in the comments. If you learned something new, Subscribe for more quiet truths about feline behavior. And if you want to know the everyday habits that secretly make your cat lose trust in you, watch the next video, because some of them look completely harmless.